Alright, so here we go again for the Spark Sports Training. This video is going to be on drinking and working out, the positives, negatives, all that fun stuff to kind of help you guys out. The reason why I decided to do this was because it was my birthday last week, and basically went out and drank way too much. And when I was looking around, I was looking at everybody at the bar, at the club, and so forth, and you get a whole variety of people. You get people really fit, really strong looking, and then you get people on the other side who look like they should not be wearing what they're wearing. And so I wanted to kind of look and see, why is it that all these people there at the same place, obviously drinking lots of alcohol and so forth, why there's such a variety difference in what they do look like. So is drinking a big part of it, or is it a small part? Does it not really matter? What I found is a little bit of both. Let's start off with some positives. The positives are, there was this one study I looked at, and it was kind of cool. It was from the American Journal of Clinical Science. In 1985, they took 1,944 subjects between 18 and 74, and found out that by tracking their alcohol consumption, they were tracking these subjects who generally had a higher amount of alcohol consumption than, say, the average Joe. They consumed about 16% more calories daily than the average person did because of the alcohol intake. So what they found was that even though they had this increase in caloric intake, the actual body fat percentage of these guys didn't change at all. So there's a couple theories behind it. One was more on how it affected insulin output and so forth. They're not, the actual mechanism though, they couldn't determine in the study. Besides that, there are other benefits as well, as far as when you are, say, having a glass of wine or something like that each night, you can actually help some cardiovascular help. It helps dilate the blood vessels a little bit, allows more oxygen, blood flow, which allows more oxygen, nutrients, and so forth through the body. So this can be beneficial. However, it's only beneficial in small doses, and the effect is very small. So having more than one glass of wine a night is actually detrimental, and it's preferred red wine over others. When you start going into beer, spirits, and so forth, you start getting a different effect. And so heavy drinking, not exactly on the positive side there. On the negative side, when you are trying to lose weight, the problem with drinking is that it is not so much that you're gaining the calories, because you are gaining some calories and so forth, and if you drink a lot, you can get a lot of extra calories, but the big part is that it's not going to be directly going into the fat storage. However, it is going to be inhibiting the fat oxidation. So if you are losing lots of weight and your metabolism is firing up and you're like, yeah, I'm doing great, but I'm going to go to the bar now and just celebrate, you can actually have inverse effects of what you've been doing. So all that hard work for almost nothing at that point. Especially if you do a crazy workout day or earlier in the day, which is awesome. Go for it. If you're going to get the extra calories in, thinking, okay, I'm going to burn some extra calories now so that I can afford it. The problem is because it inhibits the oxidation of these fat cells, you're going to have some, you're not going to get the benefits you think you're going to get, even though you're burning off the energy and so forth. It's basically going to come to a halt, and you're going to stuck right there. On the flip side, if you work out the day after, the problem then becomes you're more than likely going to be dehydrated, not just water, but also the essential minerals that you need in your body. When we talk about having electrolytes, it's to replace those minerals. So that's something you can do to help counteract that. A little bit of Gatorade or vitamin water, or even like any sports drink. Just make sure it's not too crazy. Once again, the negative side of you get a sports drink is that you're going to get a lot of sugars, carbs, and so forth. So maybe like G2 or one of the lighter brands, just to get some of the minerals back in your body, but nothing too heavy to where you're doing it at the cost of excess calories. The another problem with that is if you are dehydrated, just like I said, you got the minerals that you're going to be deficient of, but you're also going to be, your muscles tend to work less effectively when they're dehydrated. When you have already gotten to the point where your lips are getting maybe a little dry, you get that kind of cotton mouth, just light, even like, whatever, I can deal with it, but you still feel it. The problem is now, you're going to get somewhere between, I think it's 15-20% or more of the output of your muscles are going to decrease because it doesn't have the proper fluid level to function properly. Your body is taking the fluid elsewhere where it needs it the most, vital organs, cardiovascular system, going over the vital organs in the brain and so forth. When it comes to the list of important things, on the human body, we like the muscles, but the muscles are not on the top of the priority list. It's pretty low, actually. It'll take the nutrients and minerals and everything from the muscles and bones and everything like that, and take it to the vital organs to keep yourself running and keep you healthy for as long as possible. So once again, being dehydrated after drinking all night and so forth, and trying to work out in the morning and work it off, it's not going to be as efficient. It's going to take time to replace those minerals and water levels and so forth to get back to being optimum. In addition to that, if you are having any hangover effect at all, where you're hungover, slightly buzzed, or anything like that, what's going to happen is your neuromuscular systems aren't going to work very well. When we're talking about working out, we always stress having good form. If you are having a hard time focusing on what you're doing in the gym with heavy equipment, heavy machinery, in addition to that, trying to get biofeedback, feel what your body is telling you while you're doing these lifts so that you can make the adjustments and make it better, you're not going to have any of that. So form's going to go down, which means the actual quality reps are going to go down, which means the actual benefit of that workout is going to go down. Yeah, definitely it's not going to be the best thing for you. The recovery rate because of this is going to go down as well. Your body's spending lots and lots of energy getting back to homeostasis level, which is just back to 100%, not even trying to get past that barrier and get better and improve yourself, which is obviously your goal, trying to either increase weight, muscle mass, decrease weight, lose body fat. And the thing is too is if you're an athlete, you're not out of this realm either. The performance side of it really gets its effect. The same reason why you go to the gym the next day and you're not performing as well with the reps and so forth, the same thing going to batting practice, right? If you are Mike Trout and you had a crazy binge night the day before, obviously he never does that day before a game because we would see it. Your practice is going to be off, your timing is going to be off. Even if you are the best batter in the world, if you are drinking heavily the night before and you come back and you have a slight hangover, even just a slight hangover, an 85 mile per hour ball is going to look like a cruise missile to you. It's going to be so hard to hit, and the ability to adjust it and fix your form, it's going to be next to impossible to do. So, in addition to everything else, including dehydration, once again, recovery, all that fun stuff. So, if you are an athlete, like I said, you're not out of this realm. You do have to be careful and time out when you're going to be drinking and so forth, because it will affect your performance, both practice and especially in gameplay. Lastly, another negative effect, all these negative effects, even sleep. When we talk about recovery, when you're working out, you have to go through proper rest periods in order to get the best benefit from working out. You got to recover, allow the muscle to regrow, the neuromuscular activity to increase and be more sensitive and so forth, so that you can get the best activation. When you are drinking, you may find yourself becoming more relaxed state, even falling asleep easier. It doesn't mean it's quality sleep though. One thing I want to make a video of in the future is talking about sleep quality, because I think it's a very interesting topic. I did a lot of research when I was working at my former company with sleep deprivation and its effects on athletes. And the thing is if you're getting inefficient sleep, it doesn't matter if you slept 8 hours. 8 hours of not good quality sleep is the same as if you might as well just stayed up all night. The recovery rate is next to none. When you wake up the next morning, you're still going to feel tired. You're going to be in what's called a sleep debt, and it's going to keep adding up until you get that quality sleep. So that on top of the actual drinking, the neuromuscular inhibition, it's going to make it very, very difficult for you to perform the task at hand. So moral of the story is this: if you want to drink and go have fun with your friends and so forth, go for it. I think that you need to enjoy the little perks in life and little things, social, everything like that. Just time it properly. Try not to overdo it. Drink lots of water in between your normal drinks if you can. Monitor the food you have in between there. Oh, that's one thing I was going to mention too, is unfortunately or fortunately, bar food. If you're at a bar, it tends to be fatty and salty, because that makes you more thirsty, and that's going to make you want to buy more drinks. It's a little money gimmick they have. It's genius. I think it's great because I love the food, but unfortunately that stuff will add up on you too. So if you're doing weight loss, you're not going to get the benefits. You end up, one night of drinking is going to offset what you did the entire week. So yeah, back to what I was saying a second ago. Go enjoy it, have fun with it, but just pay attention to when you're doing it, how much you're drinking, and try to take care of your body in between there. With that said, go have a shot right now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, definitely take what I'm talking about with a little bit of heed, and your performance is going to get a lot better. Alright, if you have any questions, take a look down below. My email's going to be there, and my website. So, love to hear back from you guys, and definitely even like a video response. And yeah, good luck.